Welcome to the Nyx Frequency. Today is April 17th, 2026, and I want to ask you to truly stop for a second and feel the electricity in the air around you. This new moon in Aries that has reached us today isn't just some quiet beginning. It is a massive cosmic breakthrough. It feels like an incredible pressure that has been building up for decades, quietly beneath the surface, and it finally has found its way out. It's breaking open, it's raw, and it's happening right now. And before we descend, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude because welcome to every new soul who joins our frequency. Welcome to the front lines of the consciousness and to those who've been here for a while. I thank you so very much for staying and for supporting my work. We all are in this community, are making the backbone of this frequency, and I couldn't be more blessed to find so many people thinking alike. So that's nice. Let's step deeper into the fire for now. Look at the world. Look at what is happening above the surface, because what is happening is historically unprecedented. We are witnessing a massive concentration of energy. It's a stellium of absolute fire. Venus, Mercury, Pluto, the Sun, and Mars, all five are marching through the gate of Aries right now. And wait, it isn't only this, because there is more to the story. We are looking at the possibility of an even bigger alignment. Some are watching Saturn, who moved back into Aries on February 14th, I believe that's Valentine's Day, demanding a hard, uncompromised reality check. Saturn is here to make sure we don't just dream, but that we build on solid ground. And Jupiter, if the timing is right, the great expander could be adding his massive weight to this fire, blowing this entire portal wide open. Whether they are fully in or just on the edge, the influence is undeniable. We are looking at potentially 7 or 8 celestial bodies activating in the sign of the warrior simultaneously. And I know you are feeling this too. Our minds is moving faster, our body is reacting quicker, our entire system is on high alert. And this isn't the energy of waiting or the energy of maybe. This is the explosive energy of now. And Neptune is right there, dissolving every mask, every illusion, and every false identity we've ever built to survive. And when these giants move together through the fire, the old structures don't just break, they evaporate, leaving only the naked truth. It is intense and it's beautiful. And right in the center of this cosmic ignition sits Chiron, the wounded healer. Chiron in Aries is the wound of identity. It is the part of us that was told to stay quiet, to sit down, to not take up space. It was the warrior that was told to disappear for the sake of the collective because it was safer, better. But this new moon is a detonator. It says no more. The warrior in us is rising. And you personally, do you feel the resonance in your bones? The last time these notes and these specific fires met was the early 1940s. That was a time of total global upheaval, a world in transition through flames. And that somatic memory, that ancestral trauma of survival and the fight for freedom is waking up in our DNA today. 80 years of collective held breath, 80 years of silence from those who came before us. It's finally finding its way out, exploding through our voice and our existence in 2026. This is exactly why everything feels so loud and intense across the planet right now. From the protests in Iran to the agony and uprising in Gaza, across the streets of Germany, France, and England, deep into the heart of the United States. This isn't random. This is a collective nervous system that has been pushed too far for far too long. We see the unrest in Senegal and Kenya. We feel the rising frequencies in Spain and Ireland. Even in the silence of India and Hungary, or the shifting tension in Australia and South America. The threshold has been crossed. The fire doesn't ask for permission to claim the future, it simply takes it. This is humanity discharging decades of suppression. The pressure has become too great, and the only way out is through the ignition. But there's an important thing here, and it's important to stay grounded. Because systems doesn't collapse overnight and awareness grows in stages. And I want to make a side note here because it's very, very, very important that we are staying consciousness of the decisions that we make and how we decide to fight this war. Yeah, basically, right? It's like that. And the reason why I say this is because while we see people waking up and taking action, we also see systems of control tightening their grip into the reaction to this fire. That is the natural friction of a world changing. And that's exactly, sorry, the reason why we have to stay conscious. Because if the world is changing and we are letting ourselves, you know, drag into it, then I think that we are repeating history, and I am not planning on repeating his story. If you know what, if you know, you know. Sorry. Conversations are changing, boundaries are shifting, and once we see the truth clearly, we can never go back to sleep. And remember, what you see in the media is never the full picture. They are, it's fragments, moments shown without the pressure that came before them. As we evolve, the systems adapt too. Control doesn't disappear, it tries to evolve. Our job is to stay awake to the shift. And this is where it gets real personally. With this level of activation, with 7 planets in Aries, impulsive is a seductive and dangerous god. Don't burn your entire life down just because your nervous system is exhausted. Don't mistake a survival reflex for a soul's revolution. The greatest act of power we can perform today is not the fire that we start on the outside, it's the fire that we master on the inside. Just pause for a moment. Let me do this here with you right now. Put your your right hand on your heart. Do you feel your heartbeat? That has survived everything. While the world moves outside of you, this is your anchor. The fire you feel is real, but so is the part of you that can hold it without being consumed. This is where responsibility begins, not in what we feel, but in what we do with it. Do we react immediately, or do we take a moment to understand the power moving through us? The fire is our fuel, our drive, our sovereignty. It's not our master. Thank you so much for being here and standing in the fire with me today. Stay aware, stay alert, and stay honest with your own frequency. Thank you so very much for staying with me. I hope that all my listeners and, of course, everyone who is out there fighting for their rights are staying safe and unharmed. My next episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm not tending to put blame upon everyone, but I just want to wake people kind of up, and like how the way we treat each other, etc., etc. It will be a raw episode, so yeah, I think I have to put a trigger warning on it, maybe. Okay, note to self. Thank you so very much for listening to the Nyx Frequency. Thank you so very much for reacting on my videos. I really love to build this connection up with all of my members of our community. I love to get to know you, and I love to hear your thoughts, your voices. We have stayed quiet for far long enough. It's time to take back our voices, and the safest place to do that is the internet, so you can start here. I invite you for that. I see you in the next episode. Take good care of yourself. I love you. Bye. Oh, and wait. Don't forget, frequency is power. Bye.